True strength is staying calm when chaos is screaming for your attention. What if I told you your emotions are being used against you? Think about the last time someone said something that really bothered you. Maybe it was a sarcastic comment, a passive aggressive remark, or just plain disrespect. Without even realizing it, your emotions took over. Your heart beat faster. Your mind started racing with thoughts of defending yourself, getting angry, or getting even. You reacted. And in that moment, whether you knew it or not, you gave your power to someone else. Now think about this. What if you could stop being so easily triggered by emotions? What if instead of getting upset, you could stay calm, steady, and in full control? What if by learning to manage your reactions, you gained a kind of strength that most people never even come close to? That's exactly what we're going to talk about, because reacting without thinking is a sign of weakness. It keeps you stuck in emotional chains, controlled by others, instead of your own strength. But there's a way out, a way to break free from this cycle and become a version of yourself that can't be shaken. To understand why emotional reactions make us weak, we first need to understand how the mind works. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, if someone provokes you, remember that your own mind played a part in letting it happen. What does that mean? It means that the real reason we feel upset isn't what happened to us, it's how we chose to think about it. It's not the insult, the criticism, or the disrespect that hurts. It's our own thoughts about those things. Picture two people getting the same insult. One gets mad, gets defensive, maybe even lashes out. The other one stays calm, doesn't take it personally, maybe even laughs. The insult was the same, but how they chose to respond was different. And that choice changes everything. Most people think reacting with anger or emotion is a sign of strength. They think if they show how mad they are, they're proving something to others. But the truth is, if someone triggers you and you react right away, they've already won. They've pulled you into their energy, taken control of your emotions, and made you dance to their tune. This is the difference between those who are truly powerful and those who are easy to control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic thinkers and Roman emperors, said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. He ruled over an empire full of betrayals, political games, and chaos. And yet he understood that real power wasn't about controlling others, it was about mastering himself. So, why do we react emotionally at all? It has to do with how our brain works. When we feel threatened, whether it's physical or emotional, the amygdala, a part of the brain that handles emotions, takes over. This is called an amygdala hijack. It's a survival mechanism that helped our ancestors respond quickly to danger. But in modern life, it often causes unnecessary stress. Think about a time someone said something rude online or in person. Your brain saw it as an attack, and before you could think clearly, you felt the need to respond with anger or sarcasm. That's the amygdala hijacking your thinking. It tricks you into thinking you must react instantly. But what if you didn't? What if you just paused? That pause is where real power lives. The ability to pause here between what happens and how you respond. That's what separates the weak from the strong. The weak react without thinking. The strong choose how to respond. That's why some of the most powerful and disciplined people in history stayed calm under pressure. Take Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in prison, faced injustice after injustice. But when he was freed, he didn't respond with hate or revenge. He stayed calm, focused, and smart. That's real power. But most people never get to that level of strength. They don't question their reactions. They think if they feel angry, they have to show it. If they feel disrespected, they must respond. This is a trap. It keeps them stuck in a cycle ruled by outside forces. So ask yourself, how often do your emotions control what you say or do? How many times have you regretted something you said in the heat of the moment? And more importantly, are you ready to take back control? Because once you understand what I'm about to share, you'll never look at your reactions the same way again. Most people think their emotional reactions are automatic and can't be helped. They believe anger, frustration, and feeling defensive just happen to them. But this thinking keeps them weak because it means they're always at the mercy of things they can't control. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine being someone who can't be shaken, someone who can face any situation, hear any insult, and still stay calm. Imagine never being emotionally controlled by anyone. That's not just a dream, it's a skill you can learn. And it starts with one simple idea: you are not your emotions. You are the one observing your emotions. Let's break that down. When you feel anger, you notice your body gets tense, your breathing changes, your thoughts speed up. But if you pause just for a second, you'll realize you're not the anger. You're the person noticing it. And anything you can observe, you can control. This idea comes from ancient wisdom. The Stoics trained themselves to separate what they think from what's real. They believed it's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. That's why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Today I escaped from anxiety," or "No, I discarded it because it was in my own mind, not outside of me." Think about that. Anxiety, anger, frustration, these don't come from the world. They come from inside you. And if they live inside you, you have the power to change them. So, how do you do this in real life? There's a powerful tool in psychology called cognitive reframing. The idea is simple: don't accept your first reaction as truth. Step back and question it. For example, someone insults you. You feel angry or embarrassed. But instead of reacting, ask, why does this upset me? Does this person's opinion define who I am? Can I see this differently? By asking these questions, you break the automatic cycle. You create space to choose a better response. And that's how you take your power back. Some of the most mentally strong people in history learned this skill. Take Viktor Frankl. He survived Nazi concentration camps and still found meaning in life. He said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space is everything. The more you grow that space, the stronger you become. So, how do you use this in everyday life? Imagine you're in a heated argument. You want to yell, defend, prove your point, but instead you pause, you take a breath, you see the moment from above. You realize that yelling only gives the other person control. So you stay calm. You don't give them the reaction they want. And just like that, the energy shifts. This is the power that separates true strength from being easily manipulated. Think of the great leaders in history. They didn't let their emotions lead them, they led their emotions. But this isn't something that happens overnight. You need to practice. Train yourself to notice when you're about to react and choose differently. Here's the challenge. For the next 24 hours, watch your emotional reactions. Every time you feel angry or annoyed, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, is this reaction helping me? Is it making me stronger or weaker? Most people never ask these questions. But once you do, you'll start to see the world differently. You'll see that most arguments, most emotional drama are completely unnecessary. And when you stop feeding them, you free yourself from emotional chaos. But that's just the beginning. Because the real secret to emotional mastery isn't just avoiding bad reactions, it's replacing them with something more powerful. And in the next part, we'll show you exactly how to do that.